Hey folks, this is Kelani. With patch 7.3 just around the corner, let's have a look at the 5 most exciting features coming in the new patch. Up first, we'll be getting something you can't really avoid. The planet of Argus will be ours to explore. There's 3 zones total: Krokan, Makari, and the Antaran Wastes. Krokan will be available day 1 of patch 7.3, with Makari opening up a week later and the Antaran Wastes a week after that. So there's a little bit of time gating involved, but the dev team stated this was more to give us a strong sense of direction with what to do next, rather than just give it all at once. Personally, I wouldn't mind if we got all of Argus to explore right away, but I guess staggering the content isn't a huge deal. The Argus skybox is being put to good use, making the areas around what we can explore look like actual areas of Argus rather than just blocking us off with huge invisible walls. There's also a beautiful view of Azeroth, just to remind you that you're no longer in familiar territory. You can also see an armada of Legion ships heading through the tear between our 2 worlds. Hopefully we can stop the Legion on Argus before they get too far. You'll meet a variety of key story characters throughout your questing experience, and you'll also unlock new world quests for all the Argus zones as you complete the story quests. You'll follow Velen as he explores his long-lost homeworld and help him face the trials and horrors that tore his beloved world asunder. Your main base of operations on Argus is the Vindicar. It's basically the latest Exodar spaceship model that actually flies. You can move in between all 3 zones and use Lightforge beacons to instantly travel to the areas you want. It's like flight paths except cooler with flashier animations. There's also a new dungeon to explore and plunder, the Seat of the Triumvirate, which was the Grand Hall that Velen, Kil'jaeden and Archimonde used to govern their people before the Eredar struck their dark bargain with Sargeras, and it's been abandoned ever since. The seat has fallen into shadows, so I guess we should expect to be fighting more voidlings than demons down there. We'll also have access to the Netherlight Crucible. This unlocks when all of the Argus zones are unlocked, so the 3rd week of the patch being live. The Crucible allows you to further augment your artifact weapon. Each of the relics can be upgraded with a new talent tree. Each talent tree has 9 talents. The first row has 1 talent and is shared among all 3 of your relics, and the rows are unlocked in a specific pattern. Row 1 of your first trait unlocks first, and then row 1 of your second trait, and then row 1 of your third trait, and that continues with row 2, so you won't actually get row 3 in your first trait until you have row 2 for your third trait. It's a little weird in the way that it works, and the second row has a whole bunch of random talents which can affect a wide variety of things. They can increase your stats during Concordance of Legion 4 buff, all the way to simply doing more damage whenever you attack. Now, the way this is working is that you choose one and then you kind of go down that pathway, so you can only choose one of the 2 on row 2 and one of the 3 on row 3. The 3rd row is very interesting. It allows you to give your relics an additional trait. Now, there are a few restrictions there. You can't double up traits because the trait that is on your relic won't appear at all among the 3 options at the bottom. You also won't have multiples of the same trait to choose from, so if your current relic doesn't have your best artifact trait, it might be one of your choices at the bottom of the Nether Crucible. Suddenly, some not so great relics could become your best relics thanks to the Netherlight Crucible. You can unlock new talent points in the Crucible by putting more and more artifact power into your weapons. Your first point is available when you unlock the Crucible, the 2nd row unlocks when your artifact weapon gets to level 60, 63 and 66, and the 3rd and last rows unlock at 69, 72 and 75. So when you get to artifact level 75, you will unlock the full power available from the Netherlight Crucible. Professions are also seeing a lot of love in patch 7.3. We have new raw materials for each gathering profession. Empyreum is the new ore, Fiendish Leather is the new leather, Lightweave Cloth is a new cloth, and there's a new herb called Astral Glory. All of these items are used in a variety of new profession recipes and patterns. There's some new crafted gear coming to the game which starts at item level A85 and can upgrade up to 935 by using Primal Obliterum. That's a new Obliterum which is made by combining good old-fashioned old Obliterum with some of the new rare crafting material Primal Sargerite. This can be found in many of the same ways that Blood of Sargeras can be found, except it's unique to Argus, so herbing, mining, skinning on Argus will eventually yield you some Primal Sargerite. It's also available as World Quest rewards, and there's even a new shoulder enchant to help you find someone killing enemies. Primal Sagara will be used for a lot of the new crafting recipes, so having a steady source is going to be very important. There's also the introduction of new epic gems, which are 200 secondary stat gems to replace the 150 stat gems we've been having to use so far. Make sure you stay friendly with at least one jewel crafter to skip the huge prices on these bad boys. I'm super surprised that professions have been kept this relevant so far into an expansion. I love it. Invasion points will be made available across Argus and will take you to another planet the Legion is invading. Each invasion point features a different zone for you to explore and different objectives to complete them. You'll be introduced to the invasion points through the questing process, but if you look on your map and see any green portals are up, that means you can go hop into an invasion point. The invasion points are designed to be group content, but you can actually hop in on your own if you really want to. The scenarios are open to both Horde and Alliance and aren't limited by party size, so you can have quite a few people running around. Everyone will contribute towards the progression of the scenario, so there's no need to worry about being grouped up or partied up. With a group of people, the invasion points are not too difficult, and they do have some interesting rewards. Each scenario ends with a boss. Killing the bosses will award you with Veiled Argonite, Argus Waystones, and a whole boatload of artifact power. The Veiled Argonite are used to purchase the new 910 gear tokens, so invasion points are going to be very important for anyone wanting to use those to gear up. Invasion points are also being used as a vehicle for world bosses on Argus. After completing a quest to clear out a few of the normal invasion points, you'll unlock the greater invasion points, where you'll find a world boss. The rest is pretty straightforward. Finish the invasion point and hopefully collect some loot. The drops from Argus world bosses are currently 930 item levels, so if you see one of these greater invasion points active, make sure you head on over. Most of the spellcaster classes will also be receiving new casting animations. I know, I'm sorry Warlocks, but you're pretty much the only class not getting some sweet animation love. This patch introduces new animations for priests, shamans, mages, and druids. Some of them look absolutely insane. I'm looking at you, priests. Seriously, how many people will re-roll priest just for those sexy animations? I don't think you could ever ask for more when it comes to animations and class fantasy. The shaman animations are really cool, though I worry a little when you get into chain casting, and the mage animations are pretty solid. Each class who has had the new animations added also get a new idle animation when in combat, which looks so much better than just preparing to whack someone with a staff. Hopefully Blizzard will continue improving upon the animations of every class left by the wayside, so everyone can be happy in new animation bliss. It's honestly pretty crazy how much life new animations add to such an old game. It's incredible how Warcraft can still feel awesome and new when it's been going for so long. But that's the 5 most exciting features coming with patch 7.3. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or hop on over to Discord. We have a server at discord.gg/Kelani. Great place to come ask questions or just hang out. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.